from the top. And first of all, we look at the toolbar at the top. So I want to share a few things of how you can make the toolbar to work better for you and to adjust it for your workflows and stuff that you're looking for or often use needs to be on the toolbar. So everybody's toolbar is going to look different. And if you've got access that you can edit it, you can add to it whatever you want. So if you go on the toolbar and you right click on a blank space, you will see there is an option that says toolbar settings. Now it's a bit deceiving. If you go to toolbar settings, the only thing that you're going to find is customized shortcuts and macro icons. And that is not really what you want to do here. But if you read carefully, it says there, use this to set keyboard shortcut for icons. To show or hide icons, click on the down arrow on the right side of the toolbar. So the down arrow on the right side of the toolbar, in my case, it's there. There's also another one there that I can use. So if you click on that, and then you get an option, add or remove buttons. So that is actually where you're going to edit your toolbar. So looking at that, it shows me what options I've got on this toolbar, and then I can go and customize it. The same way on this toolbar here, if I click there, it shows me which items I've got in this toolbar. And what one can do is to go and switch them on or off, or you can customize to add whatever you want to add. So here are some stuff and then that you can select from. The standard ones, a base set. So let me see, where is another one? If I want to know something for financial and I want to link to QuickBull up there, so I can select that QuickBull and then drag it to my toolbar where I want it. And there I've got my QuickBull icon, giving me a quick access to that. Let me see, can you drag it to that? Yeah, you can drag it from there on any of the toolbars that you've got. So this is quite handy. If you need more space, I can take this toolbar of mine and say, okay, put it on a second line. And that way I've got two toolbars and I can use them whatever way suits me. So this is then the two toolbars that you can have and how you add shortcuts to it. So just to recap, if you go to the down arrow and add or remove and customize, that is where you've got most access in terms of what you can do. And in this case, I've got more than one toolbar. You can add some more toolbars if you need to there and give you more space if that is required. But so when you saw me clicking here on the right-hand side and say toolbar settings, and then we ended up with this screen. It says customize macros and shortcuts. If you are used to just using your mouse for everything, that suits your workflow, so stay with that. But there are some things that require a lot of clicks that can be compressed into one keystroke. And normally, if you start using keystrokes, you'll find that it's much faster than a mouse. So try to see if there are some stuff that you can assign to a hotkey and do it with one keystroke, stuff that you're doing often, and that really becomes helpful. So in this list, we've got a lot of functions here on the left-hand side, and then we've got shortcut keys that were assigned to them. If you want to go and change something, so I can there go to my unsigned transactions, and I can click on shortcut here below. And that opens a window where I can define what shortcut I want. So you just press a shortcut key that you want in there. So if you want to do it, Alt-Shift, let me say, and a K, that will give it to you like that. If you want nothing there, you want to remove the shortcut, just press delete, and then it says none, and okay, let me say okay, and then you can see the shortcut there has disappeared. Some people complain they can't use Control A because Control A always goes somewhere else, and they want to use Control A to highlight a lot of data. And then you can come and look, okay, what is Control A doing? And you can remove it here, and Control A can work to highlight stuff. Now, these are not the only shortcut keys. So another way where you can access them is we go to Organization on the top menu bar, and down there is Preferences. Now, Preferences is a place where you can set a lot of things customized. So I click on Preferences, and then I go down to Setup on the left-hand side below. And under Setup, there is a entry that says Customize Shortcuts. And this list of shortcuts that you see here is exactly the same as the one on the right-hand side, and you can handle it in the same way. It also has got the thing there that says if you want to change in your toolbar, you click on the down arrow on your toolbar. It also has some macro icons here. So if I click there on macro icons, I've created a macro to open pathways. So you'll see on the top of my toolbar, there is one called Pathways. So if I click on that, it takes me to Pathways. And that's a very nice place where you can go and see, okay, if you've got a diabetic patient and you want to hand out resources, you will see, okay, which diabetes. Now, if I can spell diabetes correct, which diabetes handouts there are. And there are some, you can see I've highlighted some as favorites for me. And I'm at the patient, I want to send it to them. And then I can just say, okay, I want to send that one, and I want to send that one, and I want to send them via email. And then it's asking me for the patient's email address. I will continue this in a little while to show you how we do that further. Back to profile. So the shortcut keys that I've shown you that we can do there, the macros, you can add some more stuff on your toolbar. So another popular one is LFP time claiming. So if you click on that one, that's also a macro that was provided. Then up pops this window, provider time tracking. Some people use this to keep track of their time to create the claims for LFP billing. So this is a useful thing that has been provided. So if you haven't got that, it should be somewhere in this list. There at the bottom. So that was a macro that has been created called LFP time by IntraHealth, and you can run that and it will give you this facility. This is not the only place where you can set hotkeys. Let's go back to, I'm going to close this and open it again. So we go to Organization and Preferences. And here you can see is an entry under General. So I was under Setup just now, but under Workspace, you can open a lot of other stuff there as well. So if you open Control Center, and here you've got a list of shortcuts that you can use in your Control Center. So this list is different from the list that we've had here on the right-hand side, the big list that work all over. So this will work in the different parts of your Control Center. And then again, they've got a lot of default shortcuts, and you can go and change that. So if you don't want to do Control F for reconciliation, you can click there, and you can say you want to edit it, and say, no, I don't want to use Control F2 there. If I just press delete, then that goes away. Then I can use Control F2 for something else, like I want to use it for billing maybe. So that way you can change these keys as well. You say, okay, I want to have something else there. Then you can edit it again and press the key that you want to use. I'm doing Control Shift W and say, okay. And there I've got Control Shift W will go to that one. So that is in the Control Center. And I'm not going to save these changes. For your Work Center, there is something similar. Okay, some more options you can set in your Work Center, but there is the shortcuts as well, where you can go and edit your shortcuts and change them for whatever you would like to do it. In Medical Record, okay, let me close this. I'm going there. Then again, it's Preferences, under General Workspace and Medical Record. And there I've got a similar list of shortcuts that can be used when you're working in a medical records. Like to access your task would be a control and that bracket. And the default ones to go to encounters is that one. So you can see which are available. If there's something that you would like to do, come and see what is the default here. If that suits you, use it. If not, create your own. Okay, so this concludes what I wanted to say about creating a toolbar. And I'll show a bit more about pathways in next part of my presentation.